Hedgehog, my friends. You don't have a projectile, you don't got the speed, you don't got the range, you're gonna have a bad time, man. The Sonic is just, we talk about one of the best characters in the game on Wi-Fi for a reason, and Sonic's one of the best in the world to really do it. Out here to show you what he's got. This is still winner's side.
Correct. This is actually at a top 8 qualifier winner's side.
Wow. This is a big one, guys.
For all the marbles.
This is a lot of marbles. You ever be on the playground and you get jealous of the kid who has all the marbles? One of these guys is about to become that child.
I am in that position constantly. I have no marbles. I wish I had some, but every time
I did have some when I was a kid. They're in my house somewhere.
Every time I get some marbles, some bigger, meaner kid comes along and is just like, "Give me all your marbles, bro." And I'm like, I guess I got to give you the marbles. It's very sad.
I wish I was there last to defend you. I would have punched a person. Wouldn't have let that happen to my boy.
Oh,
nothing doing. Speaking of punching, Sonic's going to be out here throwing a lot of those out. I mean, in terms of range, doesn't matter so much when you're the fastest character in the game, but in terms of range, Sonic's as well. That forward smash, man, is a sword. When you're by the ledge, that's a very, very scary situation. I don't know so much for Chrom, though. There is no hitbox on the way up of his up B, as we all know. I don't know if Sonic's forward smash would necessarily beat that out, or if it would just get scooped up on the way down that easily. I feel like the latter is true, so I feel like Chrom probably doesn't have that much to worry about unless Sonix really spaces his forward smash absolutely perfectly. But, whatever. That's going to be a bridge to cross when we come to it. You got Sonix, Bandit Sonix, going up against Sword right here, top 64, top 8, winners qualifier. Yeah. Actually,
like we mentioned how important the game between Epic Gabe and Toru was, but like this one's even more important because it's whoever gets to make it into top 8 on the winner's side. Like making it into top 8 on the winner's side means you have so much of an easier path. Like going down to losers, you're going to be stuck. Always knowing that one more loss and you're out, one more loss and you're out, one more loss and you're out. Especially once you make it to grand finals and perhaps grand finals reset, it's just it's a much harder position to be in.
This is like when you're the team leader at a supermarket and then they just hire somebody, they create a new position that's ranked above you called the super team leader. And then they just promote somebody, they promote one of your peers to that position, and then they're suddenly your boss. That's how much more important this position is than this game is.
Yeah, it's definitely...
shut up. All right, you already know. You already know.
Getting into this on town, definitely...
Not you, I didn't mean that for you last. We have it. We have it, okay?
I know what you mean.
Here we go. I don't know.
Definitely on town, Chrom's best stage by far, but also arguably not Sonic's, the character, not the player. Sonic's second best stage right after Kalos. It's going to be a struggle just to see who can get central stage control, but already off the bat, it's looking like Sonic's.
I love the patience on the air dodge right there out of that down tilt to ensure that he was able to get the spin dash. Because of that one read, he got so much more damage. Sonic's out here showing you just, for the most part, already showing you within like the first 30 seconds of this game, you don't always have to go for the true stuff. Sometimes it's better to not go for the true stuff because you can just get that much more of a punish on it. It really tests a player's, knowledge, their reactions, and really just their general fundamentals of the game if they know that sometimes it's just more optimal to you just wait for an air dodge or try to call out a jump or something like that. And Sonic's out here able to get 145 damage off in the first 1 minute of this match on Sword already.
But
proving to you that he's got what it takes, but he doesn't get the first stock though. Holy moly.
Sword literally killed him at, 63%, and he was looking for a second kill right there.
I believe so.
Sonic's barely, though, connecting with that back air on ledge, going to do it, bringing us back to nearly even. Sword doing a great job of stuffing out spin dash in. Seems like the longer this set's going on, we've barely begun, but the longer this set goes on, the better Sword gets at it. He's just adapting very slowly, getting more stuff in, more stuff past, what seems like the impenetrable wall of Sonix's gameplay.
Dude, and so many people just talk about, spin dash, spin dash, spin dash, spin dash. I hate Sonic. Do you see him utilizing spin dash in that typical Sonic Wi-Fi fashion, but you also see You also see him get these immaculate punishes using all sorts of Sonic's moves Sonic the Hedgehog's moves right there, man. I see him catching air dodges and continuing combos with like up tilts. I see him starting air dodge situations off of down tilts up close, my friend. He's using all the moves that, a lot of people who just, hate Sonic for, whatever reason that they do, say that, the character doesn't use. He's out here, man. He's utilizing the whole, like, what am I trying to say? The whole reading rainbow of Sonic's hitboxes right there, utilizing the down smash right there, trying to bait a roll in on the part of Sword, but nothing doing as to the percentage. Just slowly but surely attacks up on Sword to increase his lead, and it's the same situation. He got all that damage, almost to the exact same amount of percentage on Sword right there, and then kills him with a back air right afterwards.
Yeah,
but he gets jared at 60.
Yeah, like every single time, Sonix is killing Sword at like 140, and Sword is killing at 60. So like, despite the like advantage that Sonix seems to have every couple of seconds, Sword just randomly gets a kill out of nothing.
Dude, it's like, that just really, I gotta say, that really shows like not only the patience, but just like the perseverance of Sword, to say the least, or the stamina of his. So many people lose stamina against Sonic. She just starts like running around, avoiding so much of like their hitboxes so easily, because it takes patience to fight Sonic the Hedgehog in this game. It's like true patience, and if you don't have that, you're gonna have a bad time. And Sword is showing that he has that patience, man, because despite all this damage that he's eating up, he knows that if he just lands this basic confirm at a certain percent, that there's gonna be nothing that Sonix is gonna be able to do, and then he'll be the one to take the first stock despite all that damage. He's still in this. Not even close to being far away from this. F-Tilt gonna do it off the side, nothing yet.
Good job by Sonix right there, though, to delay the up B, knowing he had as much space as he wanted to play with, so that he wouldn't get hit by that eruption right there, so that he wouldn't like lose the stock and lose the game. Like right now, Sonix is doing a great job of playing not campy, but patiently. He's delaying options just long enough that Sword misses what he's looking for, and right there, the stage spike with the spring going to send Sword down into the blast zone, and despite a strong start from Sword, Sonix is going to go up 1-0 in this best of 5.
I love it. I love it. That was so smart. You saw the little trickery that he did for the first spring? He ran up, he started pivoting in the, not pivoting, he put Sonic in the skid animation in the other direction to make him think he was just going to do like a jump back air or any other option, then immediately turned out of it, because you can dash in the other direction immediately out of a pivot, immediately out of a turnaround skid animation in this game as well, with pretty much next to no lag, and then just runs off stage, puts the first spring out, and then just narrowly times the second one. He delays the second one just close enough to try to catch Chrom in that one bad position of getting stage spike, because even if he got hit by that spring like normal, there's a pretty solid chance that Sword would have been able to survive right there. He would have drifted in, he would have put out that up B. Sonix wouldn't have been able to do anything about that time around, because that has a huge hitbox on the way down. If anything, if he tried to contest it, he would have died. But, just nothing doing right there. He caught Sword in like the worst possible spot that Sword could have been in, and that's all she wrote, my friend. Sonic's going to go up the first game here, but eating 70 damage already, fishing for this JR. Are we going to get it? Let's find out.
Sword doing a great job of, it's not something you see too often, especially against Sonic, but carrying his opponent across the stage and back, just continuing to pile on the damage all the while. But Sonic's doing the same in response, looking for this kill with a back air early, but no, not quite going to connect. Sword fishing hard for this jab, trying to get the early kill, but Sonic's knowing exactly how to play around it, hitting him with the up air from underneath the stage. Sword, though, connecting with the Jared, it's looking very, very reminiscent of how Game 1 looked. And right now, we are at a full reset, back to even stocks, even percents, 2 apiece.
Say that again, my friend. Already even Stevens, as these matches have been so far. We hope you've been liking what you've been seeing so far. He's gonna get that downer spike. He does land one on the stage, but not able to convert too much off of it. And now he's just kind of feeling himself with it, whipping out a third one in neutral last, saying I can get any type of conversion on this. But Sonic's any level of basic adaptation, he's going to be able to get around that. And popping out of the spin dash is Sword to reset neutral once again. This game is still at almost a dead even spot right here. And able to get the first cute little hit of that up air right there to convert into an up tilt. This is what I've been talking about in that first game last, with just Sonix expanding on just every inch that he's given and taking a mile with it, with the whole plethora reading rainbow of Sonic the Hedgehog's moves right here. You know, so many people love to complain about Sonic spin dash, but you see this guy, man. He's out here using what Sonic has.
Yeah,
using what he was born with.
for sure using, and once again, we see him getting caught on ledge with the spring and catching him with the this back air right there on ledge. Sonix looking poised to take this game too as well. Like, we see Sword adapting and getting a lot of percent, but we definitely can't like count out or discount or any other sort of count.
Oh, he's dead.
Sonix's level of adaptation, and he's not quite dead. He was very close there though.
Yeah, just whipping out that jump and that uppie at the right time, man. Sonix just putting it out a little bit too early to try to continue that onslaught right there. If he played his cards right, if he was able to just put himself in a position for a third consecutive forward air, I think he actually would have been able to eventually put Chrom in that bad position where he was too far off the level without a jump. But Sword, just with that patience of a saint, able to make sure he doesn't, able to make sure he puts himself in the right spot to put himself back towards the level. And speaking of right spots, apparently it's opposite day, because he puts himself in the exact wrong spot once again. That cost him the final stock of that first game.
Yeah,
there you go, just in that tiny little corner of town.
Yeah, history just kind of repeats itself right there, especially when, like, I'm not going to say he didn't learn his lesson, but because he was definitely playing much differently that second game, but it's for sure that he, like, hasn't quite figured out how to deal with Sonix and hasn't figured out how to deal with Sonix's adaptation. Sonix's adaptation is probably one of his best features, not even just like his willingness to do what needs to be done to win the set, if you will, but he learns. The longer you watch Sonix, the more different his gameplay gets, and it's an amazing thing to see in action, and we're seeing it right here.
Absolutely, my friends. Up 2-0 is Sonix the Hedgehog. Don't get confused with Sonic. It's a different entity, all right? No,
yeah,
we don't want no copyright issues.
It always gets
problem
confusing.
Fear.
Always gets confusing during a set with Sonix while playing Sonic, because you always, like, tongue ties are inevitable. You always get the two mixed up.
yeah, it's true. It's like it's so close in sounding. At the very least, like more so the plural version of Sonic, which there is only one Sonic. So I'm not. You know what? There are important things to say here. I'm not going to talk myself into that rabbit hole.
Sword seems like he's confident because he's taking Sonix back to town again after losing 2 in a row on it.
Yeah, honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie. After losing my final stock in both the first 2 games in that same exact spot, I'd be a little tight. I would want to, like, go to a different stage at that point. But my man Sword saying, no, that's for quitters, my friend. I know that I can win on this stage. I know it's my best chance to win on this stage. I don't care about that jank. I'll just try to avoid it again, make sure I'm not in that position, man. I know I can put in work here. Is that forward air going to launch himself on the way back? Looking for that Jer once again. Only for a conversion, though. There's definitely no way he'll be able to kill it soon at this percent. He is only at 40 and trading with the long-lasting hitbox of Sonic the Hedgehog's back air, man. That move stays out forever. You got to watch your spacing when dealing with that attack if you're trying to trade with it at any point. Most of the time, it will, in fact, beat you out. There you go. Sonic's air dodging down to make sure he can keep him in disadvantage. But the first stock, it's going to go to Sword once again at that high percent. He just gets all this damage tacked on, and then all he needs is one sweet little moment for him to bring that way back. Town and City, though, highest vertical blast zone, up air not going to do it.
Sonic was looking for the second up air off of string,
never mind.
And then he catches it that time. You know, if you try once and you fail, go for it again. It's only when you fail 3 times that you should come up with a new strategy. Right there, Sonic's proving it to us, going for that super duper high up air, using spring as his tool. You know, it's kind of similar to Rob's burner boost up air we saw so many times from Epic Gabriel last set. We saw him getting up as high as possible before he went for the up air, and we see Sonix, you know, taking a page out of Epic Gabriel's book, going way closer to the blast zone than he would be able to otherwise, connecting with that up air and getting that kill.
There you go, just bouncing all over the place with these spin dash jumps right here. As you all know, Sonic the Hedgehog can jump at the beginning of his spin dash to keep all that momentum for a huge leap forward, just to make all sorts of ground easy peasy to land all sorts of edge guards that you normally would not be able to make. And beating out the back air with the beating out the up B with the long-lasting hitbox of Sonic's back air right there, knowing that he was going to be able to get that hitbox out and keep it out in time for the fact that Sword was on his way up, which means there was no hitbox. And speaking of on the way up, no trading, actually going right through it with the down air. Sonic's trying to go for broke and ending it right there, man. I mean, he knows how to take advantage of Sword when he's off the level right there. As we all know, there's no hitbox on the way up for Chrom's up B, and Sonic's out here in full force doing everything he can to make sure that gets taken advantage of.
Yeah, Sonic's just, again, great job of adaptation, great job of abusing what his opponent isn't good at. The biggest thing that Chrom suffers with is being bad at recovery, and Sonix knows it. Sonix wants to abuse it, and he's doing exactly that. My goodness, taking game 3 in comfortable style right there. A comfortable 3-0 over his opponent right there. Round of applause for Sonic in a beautiful, beautiful victory over Sword. Moving on to top 8 winner's side.
Just unplug it, my guy. I'm not sure what else to say. Just unplug that controller. And that's it, my friends. A clean 3-0 on the part of Sonix, man. Taking advantage of pretty much every fault that Chrom has in the book, whether it was him off the level or just the fact that he wasn't, nor is anybody else, fast enough to contest with somebody as amazing as Sonic the Hedgehog, who is the fastest character in the game on the ground by a full unit. That is